Well, tonight was an opportunity miss, as described by Jay Woodcroft, as I'm pleased to welcome in 6:30 Chad's Bob Stauffer. And right from the get-go tonight, Bob, it was the LA Kings taking it to the Oilers early and often, and ultimately resulting in a 4-0 loss for Edmonton.
You saw it. Yeah, absolutely, Tony. You saw a desperate hockey team, and they elevated the level of their performance. And I'll be frank with you, this is a team that was only, 5 points behind the Edmonton Oilers during the regular season, and they didn't have their best defenseman, Drew Doughty, play half the year. So they're a good team. They play a very specific style, but they came out, they had the energy early, they had the physicality early, they won all of the 50-50 pucks early, and the Oilers didn't have much juice. In fact, I think they lost momentum a couple times on their power play. LA was full marks for the victory in tonight's game.
Can you talk about the importance of the first goal in this series? Because in each game, from 1 to 4, the team that scored first has won that hockey game, and if the Kings score first, they're able to play to their game style a little bit better.
Well, I sense at times they're actually forechecking differently depending upon who, their top two lines, they're letting them go a bit and attack a bit more. But there's no question that they've got a modus operandi that they deploy. They play a very static 1-3-1, and you've got to be able to execute and manage the puck through the neutral ice and get pucks deep past their defensemen to get your own forecheck. And the Oilers never sustained that in the entire hockey game, and you're 100% bang on. You know what? I thought Edmonton showed a lot of gumption in the first game, and Mike Smith took some ownership there. There were lots of mistakes in those goals against, just not on Mike Smith. And you know, the Oilers obviously got the lead and ran away with games 2 and game 3. But tonight, this was a clinic by Los Angeles, and absolutely Edmonton has to be way better right from the opening face-off, thoroughly engaged, top to bottom, and they got to play playoff hockey. And tonight I thought the Oilers had a few players that were playing like it was a regular season game.
You talked about Mike Smith. You certainly can't put this one on him. No. I mean, he was excellent all throughout the night, giving the Oilers a fighting chance. Jonathan Quick obviously picks up his 10th career playoff shutout. Bob, simply, they got out-battled, they got outworked tonight. What needs to be different for Game 5 back at Rogers Place?
Well, I'm watching some of LA's defensemen, and they're finishing their checks on players like Connor McDavid. And I personally, there was a degree of gamesmanship in this game. And they've got some guys that have won Stanley Cups, but maybe aren't quite the same players they once were in that lineup. But I do think that they've got, you know, they've got sort of that empirical knowledge that's passed down a little bit. And I personally, my expectation is Edmonton in playoffs, everybody has to hit and everybody has to block shots. And that means you hit everybody. And I got to be frank with you. There have been times where I didn't think that Edmonton played. Kopitar's a big man, but I think you got to, there was some stuff going on where it's like, you know, they're kind of getting away with, you know, not targeting, but just engaging some of the Oilers' better players into some of the crap on the ice. And I'll be frank with you. I think Edmonton, maybe you get a chance to hit Deneau. He's a good player. He's playing lots of minutes. You get a chance to hit Kopitar and pound their defense when you get the opportunity. Tonight, the Oilers, for whatever reason, they didn't have it. Maybe it was a byproduct of the last 2 games where Edmonton outscored them 14-2, but I expect Edmonton to play a far more engaged and physical game in front of the fans at Rogers Place on Tuesday night.
Physicality was a big part of the game story in Game 3. Obviously, the Oilers maybe got away from that here a little bit, as Bob Stauffer mentioned. Now it becomes a best of 3 with Game 5 on Tuesday at Rogers Place. Bob, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.